When are you going to take me to Compton?
Uh,
Unfiltered.
Guys, your girl is down bad. Let me tell you this. I'm sick as a dog. You know what I think? I think genuinely Nicki Minaj asked Trump to send the weather gods my way because if I tell you that ever since that video, I haven't been feeling right. Let me not bother you with this, but underneath this makeup, if I tell you I feel ill. But listen, the show must go on because the internet didn't ask for this, but somehow you and me got front row seats to this foolishness, and we got to talk about it. So Drop the Low invited the game to the podcast, hosted by Shaniece, now his child's mom, and Evelyn Lozada, her mom. Sounds normal, right? Well, it's not. Now, what I've seen unfolded when I watch these clips, it looked less like an interview and more like unfinished business, soft launch energy. Lingering looks, guys, inside jokes, weird tension. I've seen it all when I looked at these clips. But also emotional familiarity that seemed a little bit too seasoned for me. At some point, I don't know about you, but for me, it felt like I wasn't even watching a podcast anymore. And let me tell you, the streets noticed. Now, as you have seen, I didn't jump on the topic right away. First of all, I didn't have the energy. Second of all, I wanted to wait for the second part of the interview, that we can have the full gist. And here we are. Now today, I want to dive into it a little bit because something is off, guys. And I know I'm not crazy. Let's get into it.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often.
Now, for the people that have no idea who this mother and daughter duo are, let me quickly explain. Now, Evelyn Lozada and her daughter Shaniece have been in the limelight for quite some time now. Evelyn Lozada is known as an American reality TV star, a model, an author, but also an entrepreneur. And now, as of a few years, she has been the spokesperson for domestic violence. Now, I'm not going to get all into that because that had to do everything with Ocho Cinco and that whole debacle. Guys, look that up. But Basketball Wives is what actually made her famous. So their mother and daughter dynamic is tight, I must say. However, it's not traditional. And Evelyn openly said numerous of times that the way she raised Shaniece was more like a bestie, like a best friend.
With you, I mean, I got pregnant at 16, had you at 17, so you legit grew up with me. So you hustle and bustled with me through, New York City.
She didn't really take the parent role, more the friend role. Very close, very enmeshed, sharing their personal details publicly, sitting in each other's business, butting inside each other's business. We have seen it all on social media and on Basketball Wives. They always kept a tight front. But when I watch these clips, when I watch these interview guys that they did on the podcast, that unity suddenly felt a little shaky to me. And then we have Jayceon Terrell Taylor, better known as The Game. Kelly's sweetheart, rapper, actor, and a man whose off-mic behavior is just as loud as his career. Between industry beef, sexual assault allegations, and court-ordered payouts, he owes millions to this woman. I'm not going to get into it, but guys, you know that woman won, and he has to pay millions. Safe to say, he built a reputation on blurring boundaries and thriving on chaos.
Fuck Jay-Z! I feel like fuck Jay-Z. Fuck Jay-Z. Old ass nigga. Old ass nigga.
Misogyny, harassment, and antagonizing women online. I've saw that numerous of times. So you understand that this whole setup of the podcast was already loaded. Now, Shaniece, niece, I'm gonna put you up on game today. No pun intended, child. Because what you have seen from your mother over the years is nothing other than her running after men, desperately chasing for the next come up.
I got kids, I got family, I got A+ credit, I got a mother. What you got? Your will get all mother day.
Sometimes even attempting to steal another woman's man.
In about 1999, me and your ex-husband dated. And we dated for maybe, I would say roughly 6 months.
Did you
We did. I'm not gonna lie, twice.
You, my man, when I was married to him, you just say that.
I didn't know you was married to him.
It's not a mother on this planet that didn't know that Kenny Anderson was married.
I didn't, and you know what? It is what it is.
You are a non-mother factor, bitch.
And jumping over tables in between.
No, oh my God. Well, bitch, you will live in her house. You will live in her house, bitch.
And yes, I am not born yesterday. I recognize some of that might have been survival. Let her tell it.
I don't have a medium.
A boundary.
When that trigger goes off, it's here. I don't have that, ever.
Is it that you don't have it or that you haven't been taught how to use it?
That's how every woman in my family dealt with conflict.
But it gave you nothing more, child, than a distorted sense of reality. So, Shaniece, let Auntie Deb talk some sense into you today. Because this ain't it, niece. So, guys, let's dive straight into the clips. There is no other way to confront this than head on.
I'm being honest. You're absolutely beautiful. I feel like I'm God's gift to the earth. Look in the looks department.
You are good looking.
This right here is why we are in this predicament. See, Shaniece, you heard him talk. He sees himself as a diamond. And your mama taught you everything except for feeling like one. She taught you how to finesse with looks, not intellect. And that is not alleged. Because further into the interview, your man, well, he's not even your man, but your baby daddy, which I hate to say it like this, but in this case, we have to say baby daddy, and your mom both agree that you are a few fries short of a Happy Meal, girl.
Because even though you are a Gemini, which is what, an air sign?
Yeah.
You still have a little fire.
Like airhead?
Like an air. Is that an airhead?
Hey, yo, because sometimes she be having her blind moments.
And as awful as it is, watching them laughing and just playing in your face, they're not lying. Because didn't your mom lock horns with Jennifer on Basketball Wives over your baby daddy being a felon?
Yeah, I said, you like to bring up that Christian is a felon a lot, and your daughter has a child by a felon as well.
Jennifer tells Jackie, well, she's so worried about me, she needs to be worried about her daughter's baby's father. He's a felon. I was shocked.
First of all, that's not true. They called you a felon.
Yeah. I mean, true.
Are you a felon?
I am. So I don't feel slighted by someone trying to like throw like my past at me. Yeah, I'm a felon. My mama know I'm a felon. My kids know I'm a felon. My fans know I'm a felon, and that's just what it is. I don't try to duck who I am as a person.
She's so phony.
Yeah.
I don't know how you were friends with that.
Now, after all that chaos, after that whole skerfuffle, after that ruckus, nobody had the bright idea to pick up their phone and to check and say, is the game a felon? Search. Nobody had the idea. Very concerning. Now, Shaniece, I think you owe someone an apology immediately.
Well, thank you for saying that you didn't give me enough grace, because I do agree with you. And I think a lot of my anger came from you not delivering what the expectations were.
Yeah.
So we'll leave that there.
Now, niece, let me ask you this. What expectations did you have, girl? Were you really expecting certain things based upon his promises? Was there even a vetting process? A background check or two? Discernment, maybe? We already know that was definitely not there. Haven't you learned anything, Shaniece, from looking at your mom going through life as a battle cat? You haven't learned anything. Because if you picked up some of the signs of the men she chose, you wouldn't expect a damn thing. Now, you had expectations, but let me show you what his intentions were.
Men see a baddie, we think like, I'm gonna get her pregnant. That's what men think when they see a baddie.
You gamed me.
You gamed me.
I'm just asking.
Hey, I'm just saying, when a man really sees a woman that like that he likes and it's a baddie, that be our first thought. Like we be thinking like, damn, like I would have a baby by that.
So that is really what men like him be thinking. Not I'm gonna love her, not I'm going to protect her, Not I'm going to grow with her, especially since the age different child. We haven't even touched upon that. But the only thing that goes on in their mind, and that's why I used to say that I want all these red pill guys and the guys going to the podcast and take their mic. That's what, I was advocating for. But right now, I changed. 2026, I think about this differently. I want them to keep their mic because they will tell you like it is. The foolishness that will come out the mouth, but very honest, is gold. This man just told you what it is. Just pregnancy, a trap. It is disgusting to me. The way he be talking, Shaniece, to me, it almost sounds like punishment, girl. Like the way he put a baby up in her and oh God. And then Evelyn, the way you cackle, sit there like you're almost happy your daughter landed in the same mess.
Well, in my opinion, the universe and God doesn't make mistakes. So
Right.
Blaze was supposed to be here. You were supposed to be Blaze's dad. We were chosen to be his parents.
Oh, please, Shaniece, please. Don't pull God into this chaos. God doesn't make mistakes, but humans do. A lot of people think God picks your partner. God doesn't pick your partner. He gives you discernment, and you chose to ignore it. See, God gives you tools to navigate life. It's just that we humans don't always want to use the tools in the toolbox. See, Blaze girl wasn't necessarily supposed to be here. God don't like dysfunction, Shaniece. And like I said, he gives us the ability as humans to gather knowledge and use our brain to make the right decisions. Yet we often choose to make the wrong ones.
But I think that I had to learn how to, when I'm done with someone, I'm done with them. And because you share a child, you can't necessarily be done with them.
Yeah.
So I think I had to learn how to wrap my mind around the fact that, like, this is for life.
Oh God. So Shaniece, you just now wrapped your head around the fact that having a baby with someone is for life. Just now you wrapped your brain around this. So what do you think this was when you had a baby? It was just, it's for play. Now, let me not get my blood pressure too high because this is not all your fault because you're not wrapped too tight either. So I guess.
If Shaw was like, listen, I'm getting married, this is the guy, like, would you want to meet that person?
I definitely need to meet the person because you're going to be around my child. Now, if Sha got married next year, which is very unlikely because no, I'm not. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with me. I'm telling you, there's a thing that, like, soon as someone figures out that, like, your baby daddy is the game, it gets a little tricky for a man because people think they know who I am, right? And so it gets a little, damn, am I gonna have to, like, catch a fade with this nigga? I know how he feels about his kids, so is he going, do I really feel like doing it? Yes, you're beautiful, and yes, I want to be with you, or yes, I love you, but I think that thought process and that courting stage lasts longer than a year, so it definitely won't be next year.
Oh, good God Almighty. Now, not only did you choose the biggest fuckboy on the globe, a felon at that, you also managed to choose and just pick out of the bunch a gangbanger.
Whew, I'm trying to stay alive, child. I'm trying to stay alive. I got a homie who last week, who had his 55th birthday and died on it. Got shot, like knocked off his Harley, like shot 27 times at a motorcycle event. So it's like, if I'm 46 and I am alive, right, and I'm a gang member, and people say, well, why are you still gangbanging at 46? I'm not driving to Compton every day, putting my rag in my pocket and gangbanging, but I joined the gang, and this is California. It's blood in, blood out, right? So I can move to the Bronx and live in a cool little condo, but when I come back to LA, I still am who I am. So, without being long-winded about it, it's not easy to survive in this city.
And all your mom is doing is sitting there, veneers all outside, grinning and smiling like a Cheshire alley cat. It is so irking to me. Oh, it irks me. It irks me. What do you think happens, Shaniece, when gangs want to retaliate? Now, child, I can clearly see you only watch Love Jones because if your mom would have let you see some of the other movies, you would have known. You would have known. Why doesn't your elevator go all the way to the top floor, girl?
Like, you're such a good, she's such a good soul. And I think that's why people were shocked that she, had a baby by Jay, right? Because it's like two different contrasts,
Yeah,
right?
well-
I'm not saying he's a bad person, but like,
Yeah. My soul has nothing to do with my taste level, maybe, or like what I'm attracted to or what I have been attracted to.
Yeah, you like them spicy.
Real spicy.
She likes them spicy.
I do. You tend to sometimes like or gravitate to, sometimes, not all the time, because I've also liked people who are like me. So I think sometimes in life I've liked people who are like me, more like me. And sometimes I've liked people who are completely the opposite.
Now, Shaniece, I don't care what he promised you, baby. I don't care what he told you in your ear in the dark hours of the night, because I can see it. Him just buttering you up and telling you this and that, and we're going to do, and let's see. Family and things and this and that. We're going to put something into place for our child and telling you all the things. But you were never with him, child. Not one day in your life. Because this part of the interview says it all for me.
One habit I'm actively unlearning: to stop womanizing. I think I swear. I'm literally, that is the thing that I am the most focused on outside of parenting. Bullshit. Like when I'm so selfish with my intent, with and have been with women. And I think a lot of men do it. We're just not forthcoming, not as transparent. We hold one little relationship over here, jump into another one without letting this person know our true current status. And that's just what that looks like.
So seeing your mom going through life, scrambling for love with all these men, you haven't picked up anything, Shaniece. Seeing it with your own eyes. You haven't seen these players, these finessers, movers and shakers. You haven't, oh God. And the game, you are so full of it. Now, the reason why I don't necessarily focus up on you, because to me it's hopeless. Like, you waste man. Like, what can we say? You are a good dad. We have seen this throughout the years. You have been, but it depends on what is good. Because now now that I heard a couple of things, we'll get into that. Because apparently your ass doesn't want to, change diapers and anything. But, you have been in your children's life. But you are so contradicting. You said that you wanted to work on being transparent and being more, not that of a womanizer. And, you want to be less. And now you're talking about this.
Or the niggas that y'all praising are pussy ass niggas. They just don't say anything, which might be cool. They don't say anything so that they can't be called a liar or cap, or so that you do not know their true personality. A lot of these niggas don't talk or don't speak. They kind of got that Wizard of Oz shit going with them, right? Like they're behind the curtain, like, pushing these buttons and shit. And you're praising these niggas, but they pussy. And me, I'm very vocal about every aspect of who I am and every part of my life.
You talking about puss ass ninjas and this and that, but aren't you talking about yourself? Let's continue.
We talk every day, every other day, about like life in general. And I remind you all the time of how like good you look at 50 and like not to slight anyone else.
You guys remind me of each other a lot.
We tell each other that every other day.
See, listen, this is another thing. So your mother talking daily to your man is a huge red flag for me, girl. Let auntie tell you this is not normal, Shaniece. Because not only do I see a woman here that is committed to misunderstanding you and coming to his aid every chance she gets, but she's also crossing boundaries, baby. Huge boundaries. Imagine your mom talking more with your baby daddy than you. Can you believe?
Well, I'm happy that you're here, but I have a bone. I have a big bone to pick with you.
Okay.
How did you make me a grandmother before 50?
How
did that happen, Jay?
I knew.
It was 49.
Yeah.
It was before 50, technically.
I knew you were in the crunch, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to hit you with that so that by the time you're 60 years old, you have a whole like 5th, 6th grader. I didn't want to wait, any longer because, who knows, we're getting old.
Evelyn, when you told this man, I have a bone to pick with you, I was straight on my seat. I was like, yes, pick a bone. And then for you to follow up with a question like, why did you make me a grandmother at 50 years old? God, this was your one chance to take it up for your daughter and be like, hey, listen, I didn't really like the way this was going and this and that. But you chose to bring it back to you again because you in love. Oh, people, they can't tell me any different. So you managed to bring it back to you again like you did this whole interview. Because I know, Evelyn, that question is much more loaded. You would have loved if he would have made you the mother. That is what you would have loved. You, Evelyn.
When are you going to take me to Compton?
I
want to go to where's your hood? Where is it?
Cedar Block, Piru. That's where I'm from.
That's where I want to go.
Yeah.
She's asking.
When is he taking your ass to Compton? Evelyn Lozada. It's exactly the type of shit that gets my hair tangled, guys. You are a thirst bucket. Now you want to suppress these whole tendencies. I see it. You want to suppress things. But you can't. It wants to jump out. And then your reaction. When this man said he is not, and he always said it from the beginning, he does not change diapers.
Remember I told you I don't change diapers? Have I changed one? See? She don't like that shit, by the way.
No,
But-
I really feel like if you have a child and you are more than able, your hands are working, your fingers are fine, you have no arthritis, that you are more than able to wipe help and wipe your child's ass too, if you can wipe your own. Because you, when he's 50, let's say, what are you going to be, 112?
Yeah.
You might need someone to wipe yours.
I got Harlem.
Yeah. And God willing, he does it. But did you wipe his?
Yeah, nah.
This is all, it comes around.
Yeah, but I did tell you I don't change diapers from the beginning, before he was born. Did you think it was gonna change? Like I would actually flip and do it?
I did. I did. I did.
So not a motherly word of encouragement. Not listen. As a woman, we go through things, and the fact that the dad, doesn't want to equally contribute, we might feel a way about that. And, you might want for you to bond with your child and this and that, and not one word of encouragement as a mom. I don't care if it was half of what I said. Nothing. Just a cackle with your big veneers. Horse laugh. My God. And Jay Sean, who told you some ignorant shit like that? Not changing diapers or whatever. Nelly?
Did you ever have sex with my mom? And did we ever have a threesome with my mom?
Yo, that is absurd. Like that shit.
No. It was he ran a train on us, so we were both there together.
That would I damn near did a Prince and walked off.
I'm
set.
sorry, I have to ask the question.
The thing about it, and by the way, let me know. I'll let you know. Evelyn is a 50-year-old grandma. She's absolutely beautiful, just so you know, right? But never, never have I ever? Is that the game?
Yeah.
Like never. And we don't even give each other those type of energy, those type of vibes. Number one, it's fucking disgusting. Number two, we are like a dope ass gangster little family outside of Star Child here. But yeah, that's not our vibe, man.
This to me, it could have been prevented. Now, guys, family, put in the comments. What do we have for Shaniece? Do you have a word of encouragement? What do you think of this video? Put it down in the comments. Guys, thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for spending your time with your girl, even though I sound congested. And I think when I hear this back, this is sounding awful as hell. But thank you for being with me. I love you guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.